Hey everyone, this is going to be a short video in which I answer a question that I received recently, and that is how I find time to draw. Because I know many of you struggle with finding the moments to draw, finding time to draw, and you just can't get in as much practice as you would have wanted. And I feel you there because I struggle with the same thing. And even though I know I have a lot of output, it only seems that way because many of my sketches are small. But I do know some tips and tricks to make it easier to find time to draw, so I just wanted to talk about that. First of all, do you really not have the time to draw? And I know that's not a pleasant question to ask, but if you see drawing and sketching as a chore that you still have to do, or it's work that still needs to be done, it's not relaxing to you. For example, if you have a moment to play a video game, or if you have a moment to watch a Netflix series, then you could have spent that time drawing as well. And I'm not saying that you should not play that video game or that you should not watch your Netflix series, but you should think about why do you choose to do that instead to relax instead of drawing. Why is drawing not relaxing to you? Me, for example, I was playing a lot of video games and I didn't have much time to draw. And I did have to sacrifice a lot of that time to devote it to art. And not because I did not want to play video games anymore or that I felt like I had to do my drawings, but at some point I was able to turn around what calmed me, what made me feel relaxed, and how I wanted to spend my free time. It became more and more often that I would choose art over video games or over watching a Netflix series. But I know we're very busy, and sometimes you don't even have time to play video games or Netflix series. You just you have your work, your responsibilities, and it's very hard to find a moment in your day to just spend on yourself. I get it. But what's important to me is that I made drawing a habit that I did it in every free moment of the day. And with every free moment, I don't mean that you have to sit down for an hour to draw, but you can sit down for 3 minutes. Maybe when you're waiting for the bus, you can sit down for 3 minutes or stand even with a sketchbook in your hand and make a little gesture drawing. And I know it sounds really tedious to do it that way, but for me, it kind of worked to just carry little sketchbooks around. I have them laying around the house. I have them in my bag, like little sketchbooks. I have them all over the place. So every time when I have to wait for something, I have like a couple of minutes, I just grab a sketchbook and I draw. And sometimes I have more time, so I can make a little bit larger drawing. And sometimes I only have a few moments and I make a gesture drawing. And in the beginning, it's really difficult to get that started because you have to carry that sketchbook and a pen with you. You have to think like, oh, I'm waiting for my kid to finish breakfast and things like that. You have to think like, in these moments, I could grab a sketchbook and just scribble something down. And don't worry about it needing to be good. Good comes later. But if you have short moments through the day where you can make a little quick sketch, your art will improve. And it doesn't mean that you can make like full detailed sketches, but you can make them in a couple of episodes. For me, often when I go like to a restaurant or something, and when I'm waiting for my dinner, is often a good time to make a sketch. And often I start them and then I continue them at other moments in different days. And I know that way you will get a large collection of many quick sketches that don't look like something, but you can also start a sketch, start a dragon drawing, and then continue some other time. If you see my dragon sketches, the sketchbook, it is filled with very small sketches. Most of them, they aren't that large, so they're quite fast. And very often I don't draw them in one go because I just don't have the time. I have to run. Sometimes I just have like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe half an hour. So sometimes I have to take like 2 or 3 sessions to finish them. The only thing is when I'm recording a time-lapse drawing that you also see on my YouTube channels, I do record them in one go and I really need to plan that time. So I do know that it is a struggle if you want to have a longer moment to make something larger or more detailed. But that is how I found the time to draw. I made it a habit to draw through the day. And if you feel like, yeah, but that still feels like a chore, you must realize that many people, they do find a minute or 3 minutes a day to scroll TikTok or scroll Instagram. And if you can do that, you could scribble something down. And it's not, I don't mean it as calling people out, absolutely not. But I think it is something you need to think about. Why would you choose to scroll TikTok? And why does art not give you that same feeling? Why does art not calm you down? Why does art not give you that same mindset? And often it is because we want our art to be perfect. We want it to be good. When we start a drawing, we want to finish it, and we want to be happy about ourselves. And I know when learning art, most of your drawings that you're going to make, they won't be good, especially in the beginning. So you kind of need to learn to let go of being that perfectionist. And I know we artists, we are perfectionists, but if you learn to let go of that, and if you embrace the habit of making quick doodles through today, your art will improve. And once you do have a moment to spend some time for yourself, and you do feel like, yeah, now I'm going to spend an hour on a drawing, you will notice that all those little doodles, all those little scribbles, they have taught you something. And the quality of your larger projects will be a lot better when you have the moment to work on them. So I hope that gave you some insight on how I plan my time to draw. I know it is very difficult to have the moments, but yeah, this is how I do it, by making it a habit. And if you want to know more about drawing dragons or other creatures, I also have a Patreon in which I have on which I have more in-depth tutorials. So I hope to see you there as well. And if this video was helpful to you in any way, please make sure to subscribe, like, and share it with your friends. And I hope I see you at the next one. Bye!